I don't know what's going on with my live stream this morning. I'm saying no connection. I'm frightened to go out into the hall. Right, anyway, I'll go out into the hall. Here's hoping we don't lose connection. Oh, I'm in agony today, to tell you the truth. Right, I'll show you everything. As you've probably seen with the thumbnail, I've got my little wreath on my door. Oh, and there's the pink tree that you saw. Good morning, Kiki. Shad. I hope I'm saying your name right. Good morning. And then I've got this. I actually cross-stitched this. Good morning, Joan, Lucy, Sarah, Sasha, Annalise, Virus, Golfer Girl. So I actually cross-stitched that, and I've got another wee wreath here. And I've got things all dangling that you saw yesterday. My pink tree. I love it. And then I made that, so I did. I made this. And I've got some things there too. And then that. And then wait, you see this tree. There's my big tree. As I say, I'm dying with pain. This is my big tree. Is my lovely sky? Can't whistle today. So there's my big tree. And I'll show you some of the things. There's my lovely M. Good morning, M. Look, I've got ostrich feathers. I've got pearls. Ballerina. I've got a little poodle. That reminds me of Shoot the Shits. Little poodle Charlie. So that's called Charlie. I've got lots of lovely things. And look at my windows. Yes. I don't care what MD thinks. Look. Oh, let's stick that one on. Things everywhere. Oh, right, wait till I sit down. Oh, God, the pain. So much pain, though, guys. So much pain. But it's worth it. It's worth it, because I'm going to be happy sitting here now. Oh. Right. Ouch. See, look, sitting like that. Right, wait till I get the chat and everything up. I hope yous are all good. Hope yous are all good today. There we are. I don't know why. Where's the thing? Here it is. Why I was losing connection. No, I didn't bother with a third tree. 2 trees. I think that's just wishful thinking on my behalf, having 3. Oh, I mean, it took a lot out of me just doing those 2. But, I mean, I'll be happy now for 2 months. Saying that, it'll all come down to Boxing Day, probably. Right, where are we? There we are. It took a while to get the live stream up and running. Don't know what was going on. So, that's it. Look at my windows. See? Yeah. There's my lovely Valerie. Gold Dust, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Yes, so that's me. I'm finished. I'm finished doing it. It doesn't take as long taking it down than what it does putting it up. Putting it up takes longer. But I'm not one to do that with my lights. I like to do my lights properly so that next year I've not got a big tangled mess of lights. So that's me anyway, I'm done. But tomorrow I was thinking about doing a video with some wrapping because I've got a million presents to start wrapping. So I might do a video, tomorrow's video might be a wrapping video where the camera's just kind of looking down and I'm doing all my wrapping and stuff like that. Jenny, I'm not... People were walking by my window as I was putting Santa and Rudolph up on my window. I couldn't care less. I couldn't, and I'll tell you, good morning, Mystical. Good morning. I'm happy sitting here. You've no idea how lovely it makes me feel just looking at all that. All that, I'll show you that. See, it's magic. All that magic. Look at that. See, perils and everything on it. I'm happy with all that. I smashed one of my good glass baubles. One of my beautiful glass baubles I smashed. And it went into a million pieces too, so I was worried that the dogs might get it up their wee paws. Thank you, Sky. Yes, I'm embracing it. And see, come Saturday when I've got a bit of flavouring, I'm going to. Do you know what I'll tell you. Do you know what I used to do as a wee girl? And I might actually do it this year just for sentimental value, right? I used to lie underneath the tree and look up the branches like that at all the twinkling lights. You can imagine me flavoured up. I better watch because the tree, it might be like Amanda, tree down. Blueberry in the tree. uh. Do you know, I know there's too much of this people thinking other people are crazy just because you don't do exactly what they do. Listen, the world would be a terrible, boring place if we were all exactly the same. Do what you want to do. Do what you want. Even like your videos, if you're doing videos and stuff, do a video that you want to do. You don't need to. See, I just do my own thing. Like, Minx Laura's the same as me that way. We just plod on and do our own kind of thing. Because there's lots of ASMR, like community posts and stuff, but I just stay out. I'm just doing my own stuff. You know, I'm an old lady. I'm an old lady. Just leave me alone to do my own stuff. I'm quite happy. Oh, Christmas is my favourite. Yes, Christmas is definitely my favourite. I'm a want to be elf. I'm actually here. Hold on a minute. I'll show you what I'm actually watching right now. Look at this. Elf. I'm watching Elf right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing it. I love it though. I love it. Debbie, good morning to you. Oh yeah, my pink tree. I love my pink tree. I'm so happy with it. And see at night when it's dark, it's all illuminated pink out there, and it's just beautiful. Sky, what do you have for your Christmas dinner? My Christmas dinner is turkey with sage and onion stuff, and it's got to be for me. Um, with roast potatoes, gravy, bread sauce. My son actually loves the pink tree, KJ. My son thinks it's really cool. He says it's quite modern looking. I'm like, oh, don't talk modern. Um, right, so my turkey, my pigs in blankets, fondue. Sky, I have never had fondue. Yes, a swimming pool of gravy. I like a swimming pool of gravy, and I like bread sauce. I like lashings of bread sauce on it as well. I've never had cranberry. Em's going to give me into trouble. The amount of things I've not had. Eggnog, I've never had. I would love to try eggnog. Oh, see, and a nice ham. I like a nice ham. My Christmas, my favourite, me and Elena were talking about like Christmas songs and stuff like that yesterday. Um, my favourite, The Bishop's Wife. I'm telling you, it's an old black and white one with Cary Grant. I love it, and it's a wonderful life. I love Day 2 because it's less about like gifts and things like that, and it's more about like the Christmas spirit that I enjoy. But I know that the Christmas Chronicles 2 is coming on, I think it's Netflix, it's either Netflix or Amazon, is Netflix. Remember, was it last year or the year before, Kirk Russell? The Christmas Chronicles, and it was fabulous. So, and his wife's in it as well, Goldie Hawn is his wife, and she's in it as well as Mrs. Claus. So there's a Christmas Chronicles 2 happening. I'm going to be looking forward to watching that. 25th, is it, Pat? Oh, the 25th. But on the 15th, we've got I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. I don't know how they're going to work it because we're all in lockdown kind of thing. So I don't know how that's going to work. That's on the 15th. Pip, I've never had cranberry. I've had cranberry juice, but I've never had cranberry. KJ, I'm not sure who's going in. Mikey's digging up a couch. Look at the digging. Oh, he's trying to get to Australia. Oh, congratulations, Debbie, on your grandchild. That's something to look forward to. Yes, and listen, well, the place is like Santa's Grotto, and I've got traffic going by my window. I'm not caring what anybody thinks. I'm really not caring because I'm enjoying it. It's for me. It's not for anyone else. And I've got my wee stars. So we'll see how they are tonight. I've got them on just now, the ones that change colour. I've actually my advent calendar's up there. Hold on a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There's my advent calendar. That's my advent calendar, and there's my son's. Look, my son's is a tea because he's vegan. So that's his. It's a tea for every day. So he can have a nice cup of tea. Oh, you're going back to Germany, Virus. Lovely. I spend Christmas Day here, and I get my ex-husband usually comes down with my girls and the boys, so it's usually just us five on a Christmas Day. Oh, Laura, thank you very much for your beautiful comment. I'm glad I help you. And you don't need to chat or anything. I still love you all, even if you are just watching or... I like to lurk, you see when I'm in chats. I'm a lurker. Ask him. I like to lurk. KG, I think there's just as many. Because there's been a few times I've wanted to go out there and shove a rocket right up people's... Because Poppy's terrified of fireworks. Now, I don't mind, see if it was once a year and they had the firework display and everybody could light off their fireworks once a year. That would be fine. But it's like 3 months of constant fireworks and my wee dog's absolutely terrified. Oh, that's lovely, Virus, that you can see your family. Yes. We would have the windows open and the Christmas music blaring out. I'm going to see on Saturday, see when the flavouring is going. That's what the neighbours are listening to this time. Usually they listen to some like rave music. they listen, all sorts of music comes. Bee Gees, I like a bit of Bee Gees, so I do on a Saturday afternoon. I like some Metallica, so I do. I like that as well. Some Black Sabbath gets blasted out. So I have a multitude of taste, but this weekend the neighbours are going to be going to have some nice Christmas music to listen to. Partridge Family, Michael Bublé, that kind of thing's going to be on. See, I'm great. See, I'm good for a few months with Christmas. I don't lose my Christmassy feeling until after it. This is me all the time. See, I think I'm an elf. I'm about the right size for an elf. You know what I mean? I'm 4 foot, nearly 5. I like to tell people I'm 5 foot, but I'm a smidgen underneath 5. But we don't count that. Sky the Bulb, they'll be very lucky. We'll be Eartha Kit. I'll be Eartha Kit, so will Santa Baby. That's the best. Santa Baby's Eartha Kit. Eartha Kit had a great voice. Go to you. Yes, I like his music as well. Oh. Oh, Lucy's getting married in Gretna Green. Oh, congratulations, Lucy. That's wonderful. Well, I hope it's a beautiful day for you. Hope it's a lovely day. Yes, oh, I've got the Christmassy feeling. I've had the Christmassy feeling for 3 weeks. I've been desperate to get Halloween over and done with so I could get it all up. That's what I was waiting on. Oh, you came back from Spain last week, Debbie. See, I think, see up the swimming, I was talking to a lady up the swimming, but we're all kind of confused. We're all confused, and we've got all these tiers. Well, we're in the worst one. We're in the worst tier, but a lot of people are confused, and we were talking about like, see, like really elderly people and all that. How are they coping? I mean, if we're all confused, it's terrible. I hope it's a lovely crisp November morning for you, Lucy, or afternoon. That'll be beautiful for your anniversaries in years to come. Right, where's my... I can hardly move, guys. Ouch, ouch, ouch. My lilt for today. KJ, we're not sure what's going to happen. We're not sure what's going to happen, but I'm telling you, the people have been out partying. It's ridiculous. They're ripping the you know what right out it. And it's the young people, and I don't mean to be bad to the young people. Some young people are absolutely fine, but there's groups and groups and groups of people all going to parties. In fact, wait till I tell you this. Right, see how the other team, know how I like Celtic, and there's another team that's not so good. Sorry, Rangers, right? Two of their players have been suspended because they were having a mad party on Sunday night. So they were videoing it and everything, their mad party they were having. And the police came. So Rangers Football Club have suspended them for now. So, I mean, it's like footballers, it's politicians, it's everybody's just not caring anymore. I'm going to put on my mask and washing my hands 50 times a day. Lilt with the totally tropical taste. That advert, Valerie. Yeah, I love me some lilt. That and Iron Brew. Oh yes, I have seen that virus, and they've got little shops and things like that for the people that have got dementia. I've seen that, and it looks really good. Yes, see if Lil want to contact me. You know, I'll do a YouTube video. It'd be my pleasure. You know, I'll wear something. I'll wear something tropical. I'll need to be tropical. I'll need to be orange and yellow. That I do my eyes and stuff. I'll wear a coconut bikini. How's that? That's bound to sell. Some little. That's bound to sell it. Yeah, Debbie. I think, but I mean, you're 63. I'm going to be 49 next month. And my mum and dad, as I say, my dad caught the COVID when it all first started, but I've heard that some people are catching it again. So it's a constant worry. But I'm telling them to stay in their house. Although my mum and dad's heating's broke, they woke up to a cold house this morning, so they're waiting on somebody coming to repair it. And I was saying to them, I hope the repair person has a mask on. Maynard's fruit. I can't really remember that one. I would see it as soon as I seen it. I would remember it. Yes, Pip. A lot of people were saying that up the swimming and stuff, that they're going to be going. There's one lady and she's working from home and she can't stand it. She says, 23. Oh, you're still young, virus. You're still a youngin. That's what we call them, a youngin. I've got a daughter at 25 and a daughter at 27, and my son just turned 19. So I'm ancient. I'm ancient. I'm an ancient person. Do you know, I might do that. I might delay 49 to next year. So I might just say no. No, we're not having 40. We're 48. I'm 48 again this year, right? If anybody asks. A young onion. No, no, we call it a young yin. Young yin, but it sounds like onion. suppose. My accent's confusing, so it is. It's confusing to people in my own country. Yes, Debbie, and that's what me and my mum were talking about. I remember a few people last December and stuff that were absolutely ill with the flu, and they were going about saying it was the worst flu they'd ever had. They couldn't eat, they couldn't do anything, and I think it was that youngian. Yeah, yeah. An onion. It sounds like a youngian, and it sounds like an onion, doesn't it? My God, I've been calling people onions all this time. I apologise, everyone, that I've called an onion. But it's my accent. My accent's confused. But it does sound like onion. It's a young yin. A young yin. Young yin. See, the more this you say it, the more funnier it gets. Do you ever find that with some words that the more you say it, the more you're like, that word sounds weird? Oh, I've got grey hair. I've got grey hair. I've got definite grey hairs and stuff. I think it was going about. They won't tell us anyway. And anyway, do you blame them not telling us? Look at the carry on with the toilet roll that people had. Oh my goodness, Gemma, that sounds like it. Lucia, hmm? Just looks about the house. That's right. There's a moose loose about the hoose. Diddly dee diddly. That's right. That's that advert, isn't it? I'm getting the flu jab. Is it Friday? It's Friday the 6th. I'm getting the flu jab. And I'm getting it in the town hall. I mean, I don't know what they're doing in the town. I'll tell you all about it, but usually you get it in your doctor's surgery, but I have to go to the town hall. And I was swithering whether to get it or not, but I'm going to get it, but you can watch me and see how I am. Yes, there's a couple of times I've had the flu jab. Flu job. Well, I'm getting a flu job on Friday. Um, there's a few times I've had the flu jab and I've been not very well, but considering what I would have been if I caught the actual flu, so I'm going to do it. Oh, a bottle of Bailey's, yes. Yes, Bailey's is lovely. Gemma, one of the ladies up at the swimming I was talking to, and she's got bad asthma as well, and she's still not had her letter in, and it's going to cost her £15, and she's had to go on a waiting list. I'm in top chat. I've been missing people's comments. You think I would know? You think I would know? uh, yeah, you think they would have thought to themselves, this is an important year to have all this vaccine, this flu vaccine. Let's get lots of it in. I'm getting mine anyway, but my arm will be burned. I wonder if I still get it on my arm. Right, it's this arm I'm not allowed any my blood pressure. They'll probably do it in this arm then. See, I've got to tell them when I go in not to touch this arm at all. So it'll be this arm. I'm not even allowed my blood pressure taken on that arm. Do you know what? I told you this before, but see, when I was in the hospital, they were taking my blood pressure from my leg. They were putting the cuff around my leg. Who would have thought that works, but it does. I'm going to be ill with the flu jab. I'm not going to be well, but Um, Considering what I might be like if I actually caught the flu. So I'm be the guinea pig, right? I'll be sitting here next week like that, my house coat on and my handkerchiefs. Yes, the chemist here, but there's a waiting list for people, and it's £15 for a flu jab, and a lot of people haven't got the money to be quite honest to vaccinate their whole families. Well, see, there's lots of skin there on my butt, Valerie. You know they could batter on in there. It'd be fine. I used to get the depot injection and it'd be on my bum that they would give it. There's lots of skin there. There's lots of padding. No, they will probably put it in this arm, but they're not allowed to do it in that arm. See, I'm not paying for it because if you've asthma and things like that, you automatically get it. But they've messed up as far as this lady up the swim was saying, and I hope not up my nose. She was saying that they've messed up and she's still not had her letter. MD can pay for it, KJ. MD that wants a flu jab. Yeah, I mean, I've had worse things done than the thing up my nose. I've had a lot of bad things done to me, so I mean, I could take that, no bother. Robbie, you've had yours. Good, good. Yes, that's the same as me, Robbie. I can't. They've took some lymph nodes out this arm as well, but they've took them all out this arm, so I'm not even allowed like my blood pressure taken in this arm. So it'll need to be this arm that they do. And sometimes I forget, and what was it the last time I was in the hospital for? I can't remember, but they put the intravenous drip in there, and the arm they're not meant to touch. But it was my fault. It was my leg. It was my fault because I was confused because I was on the morphine at the time, and I was saying to them, "You can touch that arm, but not that." I had my arms mixed up, so I was telling them that they could jag the good arm, just as well. It wasn't life threatening. Yes, I will. I probably. I mean, my mum's her flu jab. It was bright red all round it, and she said it was roasting hot when she touched it. But that's your body. That's a good sign because that means that your body's fighting it. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't. Jags don't really. But I don't. I just don't like looking at them. I can't look at them. I've got to turn away. I've got to even when I'm giving blood and stuff like that. I've got. To, I can't look. I can't look at it. It just. Ooh, I think you feel it. See if you look at it. I think you feel it even more. Yes. I'm feeling okay today because I've got all my lovely things up. Do you know that has lifted me? That's lifted me up because I was right down last week. The car's great, Gemma. It's a wee dream come true. So it is. It's marvelous. I'm getting used to not having the handbrake. That's. But even now, I go like that to try and turn the ignition, and it's a button. But I'm still getting used to it. But it's a great wee car. But see, since I've put up my wee decorations, I feel a lot better. So listen, see if your mood's down. Get some tinsel and lights in your house, and you'll feel cosy as anything. See when it's night time and it's all. Listen to Mr. Mikey Snowden. Look at my boy. Look at my big boy. Thank you for asking anyway, Thank you. Yes, Gemma, I keep going like that to take the handbrake off, and there's no. It's just a wee button. No, we all love you here. And there's a lot of there's a lot of people, I don't know how they can sleep at night with the things that they see on this internet. Oh my goodness, Debbie. Oh God, that's what you fear, isn't it, when you're going um in for an operation and stuff like that. That you get their name. That's how they come over and they draw on you and stuff. I remember my father-in-law, before he passed away, he was getting an operation of something. Can't remember where he was getting an operation on. It's that's what it was. It was a hernia he had. He was getting that done, right? And a doctor, this is true, a doctor came over at his bedside and know how they draw on you and stuff like that. So he was drawing arrows and stuff like that all over my father-in-law. And they said, right, Mr. Johnson, we'll get you down in the recovery room and get that liver seen to. He says, my name's not Mr. Johnson, it's Jackson. He went, oh, sorry, I've got the wrong bed. He could have been down there getting his liver. his liver operated on. So you've got to watch them. You've got to watch them. They'd have you down there. Having all sorts. See, originally they were only going to take one of my boobs, so they were, and then that'd have been worse for me to have just one boob, mentally wise, because when I found out I had cancer, it was like an alien living on me. That's just the way it felt, and it wasn't to the very very last minute when I was all prepped for the surgery. They said they would take both of them. Oh no, I didn't know. I didn't know her. Oh, I'm a talc lady, Valerie, as well. I like talc. I just like to put talc everywhere. Debbie. Okay, no, but I remember there was um, ASMR artist called Tingle by Touch, her name was. And she was beautiful looking. She was a beautiful looking lady, and she passed away a couple of years ago. Her videos are still up. And I still watch them to this day, but it's like bittersweet watching them. But she was lovely as well. Oh my goodness. That's a shame. That's a shame. See, I avoid. See, if I was to. I like using Johnson's, Valerie, but I've got the Avon talc as well, and I've also got Imperial Leather. So any kind of talc. I should probably actually be in more getting CT scans and stuff like that, but I don't. I want to be left alone now. I just want to be left alone. Debbie, I'm the same. See, after I'm in the wee cubicle in the shower in my swimming, once I talc up, I've got to run the water to kind of get rid of all the talc that's on the floor. But I love lots of talc and sprays. And then I come out and then I've got lotion. I've got moisturiser for my scalp, and I've got my moisturiser for my elbows and my knees and stuff like that. So I'm all lotioned and talked to the max. I feel great though. See, when I come out, I feel squeaky, squeaky clean. I like talc because you feel dry. See, once you've put it on, you feel dry when you put your clothes on. You don't feel damp. See, I suppose I suppose it's something that you either like or you don't. I love it. I love talc. Oh my god, that's my favourite, Joe. That was my favourite. Ross, when he'd put the talc in the lotion and it had made a paste. He could only get his trousers up so far. And he eventually had to go out with just his pants and his trousers on like that. Yes, it absorbs the moisture and makes you feel nice and dry. So I do all that and then I come out and I put lotion in my elbows as well. And my head, I lotion up. In fact, one of the wee women says to me, "What lotion's that?" She says, "Because every time I always leave before her. Every time I walk out here, I can smell your lotion and it's lovely." Yes, it's like the baby powder I'm using just now, the Johnson and Johnson's. But I like Imperial. I like all sorts of talc. Shh, like that. Puff of talc coming out the top of the shower. Shh. I used to have to put it under my boobs because I had big, big boobs, so I did, and that would be, well, women know that your boobs, it's in the summer, it's horrible, and I used to get a sore rash under the boob, and I used to have to use lots of talc under there, and every time I took my bra off, it'd be the place would be white. Uh, Virus, have a wonderful day, and thank you for coming in and spending time with me. Yes, see, I like it because it makes you feel nice and dry. You're dry. Ooh, see, it always soothed me under the boobs. But oh, I'll tell you what, right, this is maybe too much information, but I'll tell you what did burn on me was, see when Nair just came out, can you remember that? Nair, the hair removing cream. It just came out, right? And it smelled like it was the worst smelling stuff ever. Well, I got it and it said for sensitive skin, and I got it and I put it on my legs and my armpits and somewhere else. Lashings of Nair was put places, and I can remember standing with my legs open for about 10 minutes like that because I thought, right, how long does this take? 10 minutes or something, right? 10 minutes, timing it, and I was only like 5 minutes into the process, and I could feel things starting to burn. I was like, oh, I don't know if that should be burning like that, right? So eventually, I didn't even last the 10 minutes, and I had went in and I was splashing cold water upon myself, and not every hair had come out, but my skin was scarlet. My skin was bright, bright red. And see for a few days after, if you want to see me trying to walk, I was walking as if I shat myself. Things were, I would never use it again. Things were sensitive. The armpits and the legs were all right, but the other place, I mean, it said sensitive skin, but maybe my skin's just extra sensitive. But it was burning. Never again. Debbie, that's funny because the things that kids do. Yes, I use baby shampoo for my makeup brushes, the Johnson's baby shampoo for my makeup brushes. No, you don't use it instead of deodorant, you use your deodorant. See, I don't put talcum under my armpits. I just put deodorant under my armpits and then just talc everywhere else. No, Naked Lady's not been there. I have not seen Naked Lady since. Maybe, I don't know if Naked Lady's maybe not well. Maybe she's going to a different time slot. Or maybe somebody's put a complaint in about Naked Lady. I've not seen her. Not that I'm feeling bad about not seeing her. I'm quite happy that she's not there. Eh? I mean, it's all women, but so we get ready and stuff like that. But we've always got our towels kind of around us, and you know, and if you're putting your trousers on, you put your trousers on, take the towel off quickly, and then pull your trousers up. It's all a bit like that. You know, it's all a bit like discreet. But she's parading about the place. she's 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 and leaning on things while she's talking to you. She was leaning on this post and saying to me, "So what'd you make of all this kind of lockdown?" And I'm looking down. Oh, it's terrible, isn't it? Oh, it's terrible. She's going, it's a disgrace, isn't it? What they're doing? I'm going, aye, oh aye, aye. That was the day there was no time for lotion. Remember, that's the only time ever I've not lotioned up coming out the swimming. In fact, I was still wet because see when I got in the car, my hair was still dripping. There was no time. There was get your clothes on and get out Blueberry as fast as possible. That's the scenario I was in. I never looked at her. Of course, I seen that she was naked, and that was it. The rest of the time, my eyes were like this. Maybe somebody's complained. I don't know, or maybe she's went to a different time slot. I don't know. If I do see her again, I'll be letting you know. But that's twice I seen her. The first time she'd been parading about. She'd been parading about, and I went into the shower, and then she'd left. She obviously got her clothes on and left. And when I came out the shower, some of the ladies were laughing their head off. And we were laughing because, I mean, she must be right comfortable with her body, so that good for her. Do you know what I mean? She's right comfortable with her body. But it's a wee bit embarrassing for people. I mean, if we were at a nudist camp, it'd be all right. That'd be all right. But it's a bit. I know. Oh, see, I used to breastfeed as well. I mean, it's that's beautiful and natural breastfeeding. But this lady was completely, absolutely, no knickers, no socks, absolutely naked as the day she was born. And she was older. She was an older lady too. And she's leaning up against things while she's talking to me. And I'm like, oh God almighty, looks. I don't think she looked all natural to me. For what I could see, but what I could see, there was no waxing or anything going on there. Not as if I was staring, but I mean, you don't stare, but you are aware when there's someone absolutely naked talking to you. You know it. It's something that you know. I was telling my daughters, I was like, you want to? They were saying, "Mum, it's you," and I'm going, "What?" People just do that to me. People come over to me and say the most weirdest stuff. I don't know why. I don't know why. Wait, did I tell you this? Wait, I tell you a true story, right? This was a cracker. This was an absolute cracking story. I think I've told you before, but I'll tell you again in case anybody's not heard it, right? And it was me, my ex-husband, and we only had Sophie at the time, right? So we were quite young. We were young, and we had went to the Isle of Bute on holiday. And back then, my flavouring of choice was the Glasgow wine that we like to drink, right? Buckfast it's called. So it was a beautiful day, and we thought, right, we'll go a wee walk. We'll get a bottle of wine and we'll go a walk. But no glasses, by the way. No glasses, straight from the bottle, as God intended it. Right. So I says to my ex-husband, I used to come here as a child, and it's a fantastic walk, and it's right through these woods. And we've got a pram with different, and he's going, would we be able to take the pram? I'm saying, there's a path. There's a path going through these woods. Right, so we had noticed there was this man that was going about the town. We'd seen him a few times, and he looked like a dodgy character. He had long white hair, right, and he walked with a limp, the man. And we seen him, and he just the way his eyes were, we just knew that he was a bit weird, this guy. We'd seen him a few times. So anyway, we got up these woods, right, with our wine, and the child in the pram, right? The more I'm saying this, the more I feel like a bad parent. The child was fine, right? We weren't blazing or anything. So up the woods we are, and we're going through the woods, And there was big logs and trees and everything all over this path. I can't remember it being like that. I thought it was flat, but we were having to lift the pram over logs and trees and everything. So away we were. About halfway through, we're having a wee drink of the wine. There, you have a drink, now have a drink, right? And out for absolutely no, out for nowhere, for behind the trees, comes this man, right, in the middle of the woods, because we heard the noise. We're going, what's that? He comes out, right, and at that, the hair on the back of my neck stood up. He turned round and he says to us, "Do you want to hear a riddle?" Right. At that, I looked at my ex-husband. He looked at me. We didn't need to say anything at all, but we knew he was staying behind to tackle this arsehole, and I was going to run as fast as I can down the hill with a child and the bottle of wine. And if he wasn't there in 5 minutes, I was phoning the police. Right? So he gave me that look, and I looked at him, and he went, my ex-husband says to him, "No, what riddle?" Right? So I take the child, and I'm jogging at this point through the woods. I could jog back through the woods, over trees and everything like that. Looking behind, my ex-husband's there with this person. So I runs right down the hill, and I'm waiting and I'm waiting, and the ex-husband's not appearing. I'm thinking, oh my God, he's getting killed up in the woods. He's getting murdered. I've seen films like this. I've seen films of folk getting murdered. So eventually, my ex-husband appears, and I was like, oh, thank God he's not dead. He's not dead, right? He's alive. So he comes down, and I says to him, what happened? He said, he turned round and said to me, "Do you want to hear a riddle?" And I said, "Aye, what is it?" And the man said, there was 10 crows on a farmer's fence. The farmer shot one. How many crows was remaining? Right? And my ex-husband's still not amused by all this. He went, what? And he went, there was none left, because the noise of the gun, they all got a fright. And my ex-husband went, oh aye, like that, and just about turned and walked away. And the man went back into the woods. Of course, I get the blame of that whole incident. I get the blame of that. It was my idea. I swear to God, the man's been lurking about, just waiting for somebody to pounce out and tell a riddle. I thought he was going to get murderous. I thought that was it. I mean, we were already a bit wind up as well. We'd all had a slug of wine. There you are. Out for nowhere, and then he went way back into the woods. And I get the blame. You said that we could go through the woods. It's your fault. I didn't know the bit weirdo in the woods. Yes, Pip. You know the feeling as soon as the man came out the woods. Right? And as I say, he had long white hair. I mean, he just looked weird. That just reinforced the guy's crazy. Out the woods. Do you want to hear a riddle? You know, that was it. I looked into my ex-husband's eyes and thought, this might be the last time I'm ever seeing you alive. I'll phone the police. And I'll be able to like it. So I was absolutely frantic by the time I got out of the woods. But it was my idea after all. But I didn't know there'd be a crazy person lurking. How do you know that kind of thing? So I get the blame. But that's an absolutely true story as well. Funny now, but see, at the time it was like it was like serious. That was. I was away with a bottle of wine as well, because I thought to myself, that bottle of wine could have been used as some kind of weapon. Oh my God, see, there's a lot of strange people. Oh, Sophie, I hope you have a very good interview and good luck. My goodness, that sounds exciting. I mean, have you ever in your life thought to yourself, I'm going in the woods and I've got a great riddle, and no matter who it is, whoever's walking by that path, I'm going to just walk out on them and ask them if they want to hear this riddle? Who thinks that kind of stuff? Who thinks that? Well, somebody might have got it because away he went. He went back in. He went away back into the woods. The man. We didn't go back. We didn't go back to the woods. It must have been that he must have thought that was the best riddle. I mean, I don't even know who tells riddles anymore for a fact. I don't know MD that tells riddles, but he must have been waiting there a long time for someone. And there we come, along with the pram, with the pram. Well, just as well we had a bit of flavouring. I think we laughed about it later on that night. We laughed about it. He must have thought that was the best riddle of all. But there was no humour in it. Mike's husband didn't crack a smile even. He didn't crack a smile or laugh or anything like that. It was a serious riddle. I know him. I mean, my God. But I swear to listen, this is absolutely true story. I mean, we thought we'd seen the guy about and we thought he looks a bit, you know how you can just tell? He looks a bit weird, him. And then for him to be the one that just comes out these, in the middle of the woods. In the middle. My God. Oh, I mean, see if he'd had a knife or something, we'd been gone. That's the kind of things you think, eh? He could have been armed and dangerous. I don't know what that means, Christopher, and I'd be frightened to say it in case it's some kind of racial slur. I don't like saying things I don't know the meaning to. Because I really wouldn't want to do that. So anyway, guys, my goodness, look at the time. I'm going to enjoy watching the rest of my film. See, this man, that's what we get the impression this man was maybe, or should have been, somewhere. See what I asked my ex-husband. See, my ex-husband's not really one for jokes. It was never one for like joking around with. And this wasn't a funny matter. this wasn't you know, because his child was there. But there you go. My great idea. Why don't we get a bottle of wine and go through the woods? That's my idea right there. That's the kind of ideas I have. Nothing. I mean, I don't think to myself anything could go wrong there. What could possibly go wrong? Flavouring out my nut up the woods with the pram and a weirdo in the bushes. Anyway, guys, I hope you like my little housey. Look at that. I mean, look. See, I'm not shy. Look, I've got everything going. Everything's going. Oh well. It's awfully dark. What's this? What's happening with my phone? Anyway, I love you all very much, and I'll be back again tomorrow. And I won't be riddling yous. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.